I just want to go on a quick rant about this knucklehead on YouTube that goes by the name of JACKSMACK77, or as I refer to him as JACKASS77. Now, if anybody's unfamiliar with this dude, if I remember when I upload the video, I'll put a link to his channel in the comment section down below, or you could just look him up on the search bar. But anyway, I just find this guy to be so laughable and pathetic to me. First of all, I want to point out that this dude has been on YouTube teaching his, free grace garbage since 2009. Right? So the dude's literally been on YouTube for, nearly 17 damn years, teaching this pure garbage, day in, day out. It's like, shit, if you look at this guy's videos, well, 90% of the videos are just him talking shit about basically everybody else. Like, say, for instance, right? His audience will sit there and tell you, oh, well, Jack Smack is, humble and respectable. But yet, literally 90% of this guy's videos are him just putting, devil horns over anybody that disagrees with him. Like, say, for instance, they'll do it to Steven Anderson or to Hebrew Israelites, or even to me, or to Ryan Apologetics, to anybody you can think of that might be in disagreement with the free grace idea. They're just gonna put devil horns on you and say, "Oh, well, they're absolutely going to hell, right? They're absolutely going to hell." But what I find is just so laughable and pathetic to me is the brain dead zombies that listen to this dumbass, pun intended, by the way. But the people who listen to this retard and knucklehead, they'll sit there in the comments and talk about, oh, well, how can y'all, say anything negative about this man? Like, y'all are being disrespectful. And I think to myself, like, what the hell is these peons talking about that we're being disrespectful towards Jack Smack? It's like, are y'all really not capable of realizing that, like, 90% of the videos on this guy's channel are him just talking shit about anybody that disagrees with free grace, putting devil horns on them and saying, oh, well, they are absolutely going to hell. Shit, if there's anything, disrespectful, it has to be what this dummy's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these guys need to get bitch slapped across the face into reality, right? And especially these dudes on the internet, by the hundreds of thousands, if not millions at this point, who believe in a free grace soul. It's just believe in Jesus and you're saved forever. Like, I mean, seriously, this dude literally said, there's a video clip out there, so nobody can say I'm making this up. But this guy literally said a true Christian can live like the devil, but they're still absolutely certain that they're going to heaven. Nothing they do in their life could ever cost their salvation. As long as they believe in free grace and truly believe in Jesus, nothing they ever do in their life could ever cost their salvation. In fact, it's so bad that they'll even tell you that you could leave the faith and become an atheist or a Hindu or a Muslim or even a Satanist. But guess what? You're still saved forever as long as you truly accepted Jesus at one point in your life. Like, say, for an example, right? Like, if you said you believed in Jesus when you were like 7 years old and you truly believed, well, guess what? It doesn't matter if, here you are in your 30s and you don't believe anymore and are out there, living wickedly. You're still saved forever because, hey, it's once saved, always saved, right? It's a free grace for eternity. I mean, come on, this is just, it's remarkable to me that there's knuckleheads out here who can believe such bullshit like this. You know what I'm saying? But the real astonishing part is, when we do videos, like, there's only a couple guys out there. Like, I'm certainly one of them who, goes toe to toe with the free grace doctrine, right? Or go head to head with them, whatever term you want to use, to expose the garbage how it is. There's a couple other dudes out there. Like, what's this dude, Jamie, right? Jamie Russell. He's a Seventh-day Adventist. So he got his own errors, but at least I'll give him credit that he's right when he comes against the once saved, always saved, and the free grace movement. So I do got to give Jamie Russell credit on that in case he's listening to the video here. But really, besides me and him and maybe a handful of other people, mostly everybody else is down with this belief. Like, I'll give an example. Like, Jack always hangs out with this dude named Praise. YouTube channel is called Praise the I Am. And you know what I find funny? Like, I reached out to Praise literally like a year and a half ago, and I asked, okay, well, how about we set up a friendly conversation between me and Jackass on your channel, right? Like hell, I'll even it doesn't even have to be on my channel. I'll leave the friendly territory and go join the enemy's territory. Right? Hell, I'll go a place that Jackass can feel at home at, just so he can, have his buddies there to support him in the debate if he needs. Because, hey, look, I don't need the backup. I can take a freak racer any day of the week with 1 hour of sleep, with my eyes blindfolded and my hands tied behind my back. Freak race it's nonsense, right? It's total nonsense. I eat these guys up for breakfast, for lack of better terms. These guys are easy. It's more difficult to have a conversation with the atheist perspective than it is to talk to a brain dead person who believes in once saved, always saved, or free grace, right? Usually the atheist has more rational arguments to back what they're saying, which, of course, atheism is stupid itself, obviously, but it's more rational what they have to say to back their points than what it is that a free gracer says to back their points. Oh, well, Jesus died so you can keep sinning, right? Jesus died so you can live in sin forever. It's like, what the hell? Like, what the hell do you guys get that at? I mean, Christ literally, say for instance, like if you read John the 8th chapter with that woman who was found in adultery, the people wanted to stone her. Christ told her, go and don't sin anymore. So Christ forgave her of her sin, but then he told her to go and don't do it anymore. But what these guys will focus on, just like that knucklehead Perry Green, he'll focus on the part, oh, well, look, Jesus said don't go sin anymore. That's what I'm teaching to do. Meanwhile, the dude's, selling, it's not sin for me underwear and, shower curtains at an inflated price and Pornhub t-shirts that say the word Bible in it. And then I saw this other picture the other day where he had his cult out there on the streets, with a whole station set up to interact with the public, and the dude he has out there is throwing up the devil horns. It's like, wow. I mean, and these are really the people who are supposedly teaching the Bible out here. Like, I mean, seriously, it's like, I don't know how there's idiots online who actually believe what this knucklehead Perry is saying, or this other dumbass Jackass77. I really just can't believe there's morons on this platform who will just regurgitate and believe what these knuckleheads are saying. No, it's truly just very strange to me, and it just is a testament to how brainwashed people are in today's day and age. So one point I want to also mention is I've mentioned, well, let me rephrase myself. One thing I've said before is I offer JACKSMACK77 the chance to have a conversation or a debate multiple times over the last nearly 2 years, year and a half to 2 years. And every time the guy declines, but yet he'll still sit there and talk shit. It's like, my guy, what are you running from? First of all, you're in your 60s. I'm in my 20s here, and I could literally roast you and your whole congregation again with my eyes blindfolded and my hands tied behind my back, not even opening up the Bible, just going off of my memory. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, I could literally, roast you alive in a debate. So that's why he's too much of a chicken shit coward to actually, grow a pair and actually have a debate with somebody skilled like myself who would totally wreck the free grace ideology in a debate. And I don't think there's any excuse how one of the top leaders of free grace, aka JackSmack77, how he would, tuck his tail between his legs and run like a little coward from having a debate when here it is, over the past couple of months, I've had like 5 people call into my live streams that I do every other week to defend free grace, which, by the way, all of them do a terrible job at doing so, by the way, and get, cut 6 ways to Sunday with them skibbies. But the point is, at least they had a pair of balls to actually call in and defend what they believe compared to this knucklehead, a Jack Smack, who would just sit there and, and hide in the comments and then just, put devil horns over a picture of a person and say they're going to hell forever. And basically, that's all he knows. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just really childish and pathetic. Like you know what it reminds me of? Like some of you old time viewers of my channel might remember back to like 2016, 2017. We had this dude that would go around like every other day. We called him the fart troll, right? He'll put like, noises over videos just to get, people to laugh and to annoy people. And it was ridiculous. Like literally every single day for like 4 years in a row. This guy would constantly be leaving comments or uploading, 20-second clips or, just a bunch of bullshit, trolling and bullshit. But that's basically the childish behavior that this guy Jackass is doing, right? Like literally go to this guy's channel and look at any thumbnail that this guy has. You'll see a picture of whatever person he's trying to quote unquote expose, and you'll see them in hell in the background and devil horns on them, and basically when you watch the video, the dude has nothing intelligent or rational to say. The guy's just, speaking in a lot of bullshit and nonsense. So it really reminds me of that whole situation that happened back then. You know what I'm saying? It's just so laughable to me that there's knuckleheads out here on this platform who people consider to be leaders, right? Like spiritual leaders to some degree or another. But yeah, they act like little ass kids, and that's this dude, JackSmack77 or Jackass77 as I call him. And another point that I want to bring up is, well, I already mentioned earlier, they said that you can literally worship Satan. Right. So again, they said it doesn't matter how you live in free grace. You can literally worship the devil if you want. You can take part in satanic practices. You can worship the Baphomet. You can go worship the Shiva statue outside of CERN. You can do whatever you want. Because remember, as long as you believe in Jesus, you're saved forever. It's like, okay, well, let me cut you all to shreds just on this one point. Didn't Jesus say in Matthew 7:21 on down, that not everybody who calls upon him would be saved? So how the hell could you say that you just got to believe in Jesus and you're saved forever, when even the man himself literally said that not everybody who calls upon him is going to get saved? So, I mean, like, isn't that such a contradiction? I don't see how any rational person could still believe in free grace after listening to what Christ just said there. Christ also warned that there were going to be many people in that day, on the day of judgment, who are going to tell him, well, we claim to know you and did all these things in your name. And then Christ is going to tell them that he didn't know him. He's going to reject them. But wait, I thought that according to free grace, you just had to believe in sweet Jesus. And that's it. Remember, your works don't matter. All that matters is just believing. It's like, okay, well, if your works didn't matter, why did Christ give parables in the Gospels saying that you would know a person by their fruit? If you're above the age of 5 years old, you might be able to realize, well, okay, the slogan "known by somebody by their fruit" obviously means knowing them by their actions. I mean, it's so clear, understood all over the world that that's what that term would mean. To know somebody by their fruit means to know them by their actions. And these guys will sit there and pretend like Christ was like literally talking about like real fruit or something like that, or try to make some bullshit excuse up. And here's a nail in the coffin on these knuckleheads. In the very last page of the Bible, Revelation chapter 22, verse 12, red letter, Christ says, "I'm coming back and I'm going to reward every man according to his works." I mean, that is a spear through the heart of the free grace theory. That's truly what it is. It's not a doctrine. It's truly a theory if you think about it. It's just a couple of knuckleheads that put a couple verses together and think that they understand the gospel of the Bible now. So it's really a theory, is what we should call it. It's not really a doctrine, it's not really a movement. It's more so just a theory that some group of guys just randomly made up out of the blue, and basically that's it. Another thing that should be mentioned about these knuckleheads is they all believe that they're secured forever and that they're all guaranteed to go to heaven when they pass away. And it's not only these guys, to be fair, but you got a lot of Catholics out there who will tell you that they know they're saved. Like even there's one knucklehead on YouTube named Jill. Even he sits there and says, "Oh yeah, I'm absolutely sure that I'm going to heaven when I die." It's like, okay, well, how the hell do you know that? Did you know that there's like literally 500 million people on Earth who would tell you that they're sure they're going to heaven when they die? So like, do you believe all of them when they say that, or like, do you pick and choose who you believe, or like say for instance, if you say you don't believe them, well then why the hell should I believe what you're telling me? Can't I just say, well, he just doesn't know what he's talking about? But yet the ironic part, the ironic twist to all this is here it is. These guys will boast and be prideful, saying, "Oh, well, they know for sure they're going to heaven," but yet they'll act strange to hear that Israelites teach, "Well, we don't know if we're saved or not. We don't know if we're going to make it to the kingdom or not. That's in God's hands. That's not for us to know. We don't know if we're going to be saved." But somehow they'll consider that to be prideful, though. Like, isn't that just strange? Like, they'll sit there and talk about Israelites being prideful and whatever other terms they use, but yet the same people saying that, they themselves will literally sit there and tell you that they are 100% sure and they're going to heaven when they pass away. But yet we'll sit there and tell you that we don't know. I mean, hey, you be the judge. What one is more humble between the two of them? I mean, I think the answer is obvious and clear that in this instance, the Hebrew Israelite perspective is the humble perspective. We're saying we don't know if we're going to be part of that elect number that makes it to the kingdom or not. But these guys are saying on their end, well, they know for certain that they're saved forever. It's like, okay, it's like, there's 500 million other people in the world who believe that as well and will tell you with a certainty, and that's what it is. So like, why do you not believe them then? And if you don't believe them, well, why the hell should I believe you? Can I just say that both of you are just fruitcakes and knuckleheads and don't really know what the hell you're talking about? So I'll issue this statement out again, right? That this is an open challenge to the free grace occult leader himself, JACKSMACK77. If you're watching this video, I challenge you, Mr. Jack, to debate me on the subject of free grace. You can pick the channel. It could be Praise's channel. It could be another one of your occult members' channel. You just let me know. My Gmail is pinned in the About section on my channel. All you got to do is just look that up. And you can contact me, and there we can set up a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't get what you're afraid of. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't get what the problem is. Like, say, for instance, I'm like, shit, I don't know how much younger than you I am. You're like, what, 3 times older than I am? Or nearly that. And you're running like a little coward from me? I mean, come on, man. This isn't how a leader is supposed to act. This is how a little ass kid acts. Say, hey, look, man, Mr. Jack, the offer is on the table. You can run like a little bitch if you want and decline my offer. You can sit there and make your troll videos and whatever garbage you're doing over there if you choose, but the offer is on the table, right? The challenge is on the table. Now, again, you can run like a little girl from the challenge, just like most of your other, free grace fellows over there. But the truth is, man, that y'all will get whooped in a debate. That's why y'all are scared to have the debates. And I think that's fair to say that about a vast majority of free gracers. Sure, there could be a couple exceptions here or there, as I mentioned earlier, but vast majority of free gracers are just, must be ashamed of what they teach. Because if not, well, then why the hell would you not just have a discussion about it? Like, I'll give an example. There was this knucklehead in the comment section. I think the guy's name was like Truth in Christ or something like that. And the guy was watching my video I did about Jack and was like, "Oh, I completely disagree." I was like, "Okay, well, would you like to call into the stream and we can have a respectful discussion as to why we see differently?" And the guy declined. "Oh, well, I don't want to do that." But yet the dude has time to do a 3 hour video response, right? Like do free videos that are an hour long each, in response to my video. It's like, wait a second, what? So you don't have time to actually call in and talk on stream, but you do have the time to sit there and do like reaction videos to my videos. I mean, come on. This is getting a little bit pathetic now. But anyway, I'll end the video there.